You know, there's some people watching this video right now that are going through some stuff right now, or have gone through some stuff that just hasn't seemed to left or to leave them at all. And I just wanted to say that it doesn't have to be that way. That you can live a life worth living. You can be happy, or at least joyful. You can be successful. You don't need to be stuck at where you're at anymore. You don't need to live a paper mache life, being sad all the time and just finding better ways to cover it up. You don't need to run into your room and cry every single night, whether metaphorically or literally. You don't need to hide anymore. You don't need to be depressed. You don't need to live a life with pain. You don't need to settle for less. You can live a life worth living. And for those of you that are watching this video, you know, you're just in need of a turnaround. You're in need of a breakthrough, a miracle to happen. You're in need of something to happen in your life to make it good again. And I want to tell you that I feel the Lord's spoken to my heart today, the secret to change your life forever. Yes, if you didn't click on this video and you know me already, or you didn't see the necklace, I am a believer. Jesus is my hope. He is my hope, but He has spoken to me because He speaks to me. He has spoken to me the secret to the turnaround. He's spoken to me the secret that's not really a secret. It's something that He's wanted us to know all along. But for some reason, we often find ourselves just kind of looking over it. So it's not really a secret that He's been hiding, but He revealed it into my heart so I could share it to some people that feel like they just don't know where to find it. And it's not what it seems. You know, many people are going to get the idea that a position is going to solve their problems, whether the position is, oh, well, I'm my parents' favorite child now, or I have that job, or I have that marriage, or I have that life. You know, I look a certain way, I'm finally hot, or I'm finally acceptable by society, and all of a sudden that means that all my problems are solved. That is not the case. And I'm not going to give you a paper mache answer. If you have this car, if you have this stuff, if you have that kind of what do you call it? Not respect, that kind of reputation. If you have that kind of reputation, then all of a sudden all your problems are over. That's not it. I'm not going to give you a kind of answer like that. But the answer that I'm going to give you is not what you'd expect. But the first question I'm going to ask you is, are you ready for the breakthrough, the miracle, the turnaround, for things to start going well in your life? Are you ready for things to go well? If you said yes, if you're agreeing, if you're nodding your head, if you're like, well, duh, then I've got exciting news for you. It's not really that hard for your life to get better. And the secret that's not really a secret, is that you need to believe that it can happen. And that might sound weird. You might be like, believe it can happen? What does that even mean? You know? And I hope that's a bigger shock to you than maybe I might be putting off, but really that's it. You just need to believe that it can happen. And I say that because imagine all the things you wouldn't do if you didn't believe it could happen. If you didn't believe that the washer could wash your clothes, you wouldn't put your clothes in there. If you didn't believe that your car could actually get you to work faster, you wouldn't put all that time and effort into a car. And you might believe that your life could get better if you get something else, but you have to believe that it can happen right now. It doesn't have to happen tomorrow, it can be right now. Because your history doesn't define your destiny. What happened today doesn't have to affect tomorrow, and what happened yesterday doesn't need to affect today. Now, tangibly, maybe, yes. But inside, your joy, your acceptance, your happiness, it doesn't need to affect that. But you need to make the choice to believe that it can happen. So that's the question I'm going to ask you today. Can you believe? Will you believe? Do you believe that your life can get better? Do you believe that things can go well? Because once you start believing so much that it's like it already happened. I'm just waiting for it to for its effects to kind of to be put on me so I can feel that joy, which really joy is a choice. It's not the search for happiness, it's a search for joy, an everlasting joy that can get you through any situation. But the belief that things can go well, that's where you start. If you believe it can happen. This isn't a bullcrap response, and I know a lot of you out there are desperate. But you have to believe me. Do you believe it can happen? If you just try believing for a couple days, just see what kind of things change in your life. When you start to believe that your life can go well, think about everything that starts changing for your good. And that's not a bullcrap response, but really I can't just tell you that. You need to try it for yourself if you're truly going to believe it. It's not you see what you believe it, and then you can see it. And I feel like a lot of you out there are at a point where you're really desperate, and that's really all you've got right now. So I would challenge you. Believe it. Make the choice, because it's a choice. Feelings will lie to you. You have to choose to believe that things can get better. And when you do, when you really commit, things will. So, if you watch this video, I hope it meant something to you. And I hope you have a good day, and that things really do go better. And to really try putting your hope in the right places, your faith, and things will start going better for you. I know they will. I love you guys. I know that's weird probably, but I do. Otherwise I wouldn't have made this video. Alright, everyone have a good day. Bye.